Hello, friends. Welcome back to Aaron's Anxiety. I am your host, Aaron, your personal guide through anxiety. I was thinking about that earlier. I say that every video, and I feel like as your guide through anxiety, I mean, I could guide you through the mall. There's Baskin Robbins, you know what I mean? That's a much better guide. But I was thinking about, I say that I'm your guide through anxiety. And as a guide, I have to look at things like, oh, hey, there's devastation. Oh, look, dwelling thoughts, friends. If you look to the right side of the cabin, you'll see dwelling thoughts. Those can be a kicker. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to guide anything. All right, but this is my job. This is what I do. And so let me start by saying for this video that everything that I tell you on this video, all the tips and tricks and ideas, most of them, about 95-ish% of them, are things that I have done, I've already worked through, I have found success in it, or I found failure in it, okay? Because I put that stuff in. If something doesn't work, I'm going to tell you that it didn't work. That doesn't mean it won't work for you, and that doesn't mean the things that do work for me won't work for you, or will work for you. It's kind of complicated. We're going to stop right there. But just know that that's exactly what it is, okay? Let's keep in mind, though we think we're a special little flower, and most of us are, including myself, there's a lot of things that make us the same. So we do like to find our uniqueness and things like that, but there's a lot of things, we all cut and we all bleed red. Does that make sense? So there's things that we can't get around, okay? And mental health is one of those things. It's something that's very important, and it's something that we can all, usually if something works, we're going to stick with that because obviously it worked here, should work over here. So I digress. We're going to leave that there. Putting it out there. So I was trying to think of what could be the best tip that I could give somebody as far as not coping with, okay? So that's one thing I never wanted to do. I never want to cope with anxiety. Everything that I've done thus far has been getting rid of anxiety at different levels, okay? And so when you're looking at the level chart, I've gotten through X amount of the levels. I'm not telling you that I'm at the tippy top of the mountain, okay? Once we get to the tippy top of the mountain, that's when we can say, oh, we know it all. Okay, we can tell everybody everything. Get in here. But until that time, all I can give you is just the portion of the mountain that I've climbed so far and what has worked for me at this climb, okay? And the best tip that I could give anybody that's struggling with anxiety, and I'm imagining it works for higher up the mountain because it's worked literally from the bottom all the way to where I'm at now. It's gonna sound easy, but alas, you will find that it's one of the hardest things to do, and that is to give in. Don't freak out. Give in to the anxiety. And that sounds weird, okay? Because, well, we have anxiety, and so our one thing that we like to do is combat the anxiety. We're trying to outthink the anxiety. We're trying to figure out a way to get away from it. You know what I mean? So you want to fight it. You're trying to fight it away. But that's not what, it sounds counterintuitive, but the best thing, it's kind of like when you get attacked by a bear, okay? What do they tell you to do when you get attacked by a bear? You don't go all Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio, and start hitting him up, with blades and everything else. Awesome movie if you ever check that out. No, they tell you to play dead. Give in to the bear. Play dead. Once you play dead, he goes, oh, well, one, it takes the chase out of it. And two, it's a thing. The thing's probably dead. I don't know why it died. I don't want to eat it. So you have to give in to the bear to get away from, to get the bear to leave you alone. It's the exact same thing with anxiety. Sometimes we have to give in to the anxiety to get away from it. Sounds counterintuitive, but once you get on to what I'm saying, now hear me out. Don't just hit here and leave. Okay, if you've done that, well, those people are gone. Let me be clear. You have to give in correctly. Okay, you can't just go, oh, just take me now. Jesus, take the wheel. No, none of that. Okay, that is unproductive. Okay, what we don't want to do is just get into a bed and crawl in and get the covers up, get your snack pack, turn on some Friends. Oh, that sounds awesome. It's not what we want you to do. But when I say giving into anxiety, what I mean is I want you to be okay with it. And it's very, very hard. So imagine you're getting attacked by a bear. That's the hardest part about playing dead with the bear, is being okay with the bear attacking you. You have to slow your heart rate down. You have to slow your breathing down. You have to slow everything down because you're trying to appear dead. It's hard to appear dead when you're freaking out. Same thing with anxiety. We need to be okay with it. We need to override anxiety's alert system. Hey, you need to be freaking out right now. And there's no reason to freak out. There is no bear. And we need to be okay with it. Okay. All right. This is it. This is how I'm going to be, apparently. And it's so hard to tell you guys these things because I know every inch of your being is wanting to fight against this because that's what you've been doing, and this is why we're here. And I'm not saying it's the cure-all, but it helps a lot, so much. So when you give into the anxiety, you're going to start to feel like it's going to become your norm, okay? So I use this to get out of depersonalization. For those of you that don't know, I was deep in depersonalization. I felt like the world wasn't real. I felt like I was in a coma and I needed to wake up. I didn't know what was going on. And I had gotten this advice from someone online, some random person that I don't even know. It was in a comment thread. And it said you need to accept it. Accept this as your life. And the first thing that happened, my heart starts going crazy. I was like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I can't accept this. This is my life now. I don't want to live like this forever. This isn't a life to live. Calm down. Let's calm down. What that person meant by that was once you accept it, it then becomes your normal. Now it's no longer in the forefront of your brain. People ask me, they'll have a specific symptom. They'll say, hey, I have shortness of breath. I have dwelling thoughts. I have heart palpitations. When do heart palpitations go away in the list of all the problems that I have? And I tell them all the exact same thing. Whichever one you worry about the most is going to be the last one to leave. That's plain and simple. So like for me, mine was health anxiety. I was constantly freaking out about my health. I'm going to die. I got a brain tumor. I got a lung cancer. I got this. I got that. I'm working with chemicals and paints and blah, and I don't eat all that great. Blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill. But once you become okay, and once you say, okay, this is part of my life now, let's take a rational thought. I don't have a brain tumor. At least probably don't think I do. Probably not. Highly unlikely. Do it. I learned to deal with depersonalization in that way. I accepted depersonalization as part of my life. I'm going to have depersonalization. And what I would say to myself is, I'm going to have this. I have it now and I'm going to have it. And if I have it for a year, fine. If I have it for 3 years, fine. It is what it is. Guys, once I really, I mean, we can say it. You got to say it before you believe it, okay? Once you really believe it, your brain lets that go. Then you no longer have depersonalization because it thinks it's normal. Okay, this is just normal. Well, we can probably just let this go. Hey, let's not pay attention to this anymore. Now let's pay attention to this health anxiety over here. Hey, you got a tumor. You know what I mean? So I know I'm kind of all over the place all the time, but this is definitely one of the best tips that I could possibly give you, is to just give in sometimes, okay? Be okay with it. Accept this as your being, okay? I'm not saying identify with it. Let's be very clear. One thing that I don't like when people do is I don't like when people diagnose themselves or consider somebody else's diagnosis of themselves as part of their identity, okay? You go to a doctor, he goes, well, I believe that you have general anxiety disorder and probably agoraphobia and arachnophobia, and we need to medicate you fast. No, these are labels, okay? We have to put labels on things to help keep things categorized, okay? That's their business. What that's not for you, okay? That's not for you to go, well, my name is blah, and I have anxiety, and I have general anxiety disorder, or I have agoraphobia. I have this disorder, friends. Okay, that's not you. No, you are identifying with this. How you talk is how you think and how you believe. Okay, so keep that in mind. Whenever you're telling people, I have this, I have that, that's anchoring that into your identity, and people want to hold on to what's their identity. That's why we have such a crazy crisis right now with politics and religion and everything else. Anything that someone's passionate about, they build an identity around that. Well, I'm a liberal, or well, I'm a Republican, or well, I'm a Democrat. They build this thing that I am this. Anchor. Here we go.
this guy thinks that taxation needs to go down. I'm with that. Oh, he also wants to kill babies. Well, I'm going to be with that for the tax thing.
No, you can be your own person, okay? That's all I'm saying. All right? So don't lock that into your identity, okay? Say, I'm currently experiencing some anxiety. Just like you wouldn't say, oh, I am a cold. I'm a common cold, guys. I've been diagnosed with common cold. Nobody ever says that. Why? Because it's temporary. You say, I have a cold right now. It'll go away. Same thing. I have anxiety right now. It'll go away. It's not 100% of the time. Because even when you're sleeping, sometimes I have anxiety when I sleep. But not all the time. It's not 100% of the time, all the time. And if you think about it, you think it is, it's probably not. All right, friends. I'm going to leave this video here. Think about what I said. Let me know what your thoughts are about it. If you think there's some merit there, yeah, this is just, like I said, this is just my opinion. If you think it's complete bull honky, maybe it's complete bull honky for you. So, but let me know in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your story's going. There's a lot of people that keep me updated on how they're doing, and I love it. I read them all, and I love it. So just keep me updated, because I do want to hear it, okay? And until next time, friends, if you haven't already, subscribe, comment, you know all that stuff. And join us on the Aaron's Anxiety page. It's Aaron's Anxiety Family on Facebook. Check us out. Love to have you. And until next time, I'm Aaron. You're awesome. And I'll see you in the next video.